What's happening? Oh, we're going over lots of fucking spicy drama. And then I'll probably play some games. Okay, I think it's been long enough. We can start going over it. I want to start with chess drama because this shit just continues to get spicier and spicier. Actually, I think LSF has the better clip. Hold on, give me one sec. Here. So this is still part of the anal bead controversy, anal bead gate, the Hans Niemann cheating allegations. So Hans and Magnus were playing against each other in a tournament today, and this is what Magnus did.
He got a good position against Magnus. It was a very, very good game. It was probably an inspired game, you could call it. But is it an obvious proof of cheating? Definitely not. I don't think he cheated in the Singfield Cup, but everything else is
yep.
Sorry, Alejandro.
A rage quit.
I just have to interrupt you because the game started and Magnus has logged off. What has happened?
Magnus has resigned.
Magnus has resigned the game against Hans Niemann.
Yes. At least that's what it says in our transmission.
He made one move and resigned.
Yes.
Yep.
It looks that way.
So, Magnus Carlsen has still not actually made any allegations against him. No hard accusations. He hasn't said shit. He hasn't called him a cheater, hasn't done anything besides that one little subtext tweet. And this was his first time seeing Hans Niemann since, and he rage quits on move 2. This completely ruined the entire tournament, by the way. So him, like, maulding out of this world is, like, legitimately having a detrimental effect on everyone around him. Yeah, no, this is, like, levels of mauled I haven't seen before. It's actually, it's like inspiring mauled. Like, I don't understand why he won't just make a statement. If he would just make a statement or anything, it'd be better than going to tournaments and just rage quitting as some kind of weird silent protest. Like, it's so stupid. It's so childish. If it was anyone besides Magnus doing that, the chess community would have had them banned. Literally anybody else. Like, the salt is off the scale. This guy has gone beyond sodium chloride. He's a prime guinea pig. The resub, Deb Apathy, Toxic, Pizza Man, the Bits, Jotron, the resub, whoa. Doesn't want to get sued. Well, he wouldn't get sued, man. Like, you can make these allegations or these accusations. Tons of other grandmasters have publicly said they think Hans Niemann's a cheater. You know, if Magnus Carlsen really believes it, say it with your chest. Don't ruin everyone else's tournament. Him dropping out completely fucks that entire tournament. And it helps Hans as well. Like, Hans got a boost from it, obviously, because of the resignation. But, no one wants that. Hans doesn't want that, I'm sure. And everyone else in the tournament now is in a worse position because of it. Because he's having a little temper tantrum. And this is his tournament, by the way. Like, this tournament is a Magnus Carlsen tournament, as I understand it. He fucking rage quit his own event. They're hating on the gamer beads. True. Yeah, they just weren't ready for the anal beads, man. It's a Chess 24 tournament, of which Magnus Carlsen was the face. So, yeah, I guess it's a little disingenuous to say it's his tournament. It is very much like a Magnus Carlsen faced tournament. Thanks to the resub, Jermaine, Brooks, Spongy, Zayas, Sad, Artego, and the Prime Metamorphosis. He owns Chess 24. Right, but it's not like he himself put that tournament on, is what I'm saying. How did it ruin the tournament for everyone else? I don't even know why I need to explain that. It's simple seeding. You have the #1 seed going into his first match, immediately resigns, and quits. That throws all of the other seeds completely out of whack. That completely throws off everything that's already been established. So everyone has to move around in order to compensate. Oh, and here, look, even on the screen, it goes into it a little bit. He's a tier 1 Ahmed and the resub Daniel. That'd be huge, Evan. Thanks to resub Fonzie. Attaboy Metallic. Wouldn't Hans just win that round and it would be over with? I don't think so, though. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he stepped out of the tournament. Like, he resigned and is no longer in the tournament. But I could be wrong, because I still saw a couple posts that contradicted that statement, with him not withdrawing from the tournament entirely, just forfeiting that match. So I have conflicting information there. The big thing here is just he resigned against Magnus after 2 moves, which still throws everything off. So he is still playing? Okay, so he didn't fully withdraw from this one. He just rage quit his first match. Exit Prime, Vania, Shebby, and the resub Jake, Line, and Lucid. Damn, sorry to hear that, Line, but that's how that industry's been going, man. Crypto's fucking trash. What's he trying to prove? I don't know. I have no idea. If I had to sit here and armchair psychologist this whole situation, I would say he's very salty about that loss, truly believes Hans Niemann cheated, but he has absolutely no evidence and no proof, and he knows if he tried to make that accusation without proof, it'd make him look even worse. So he tries to keep everything kind of like subtext and insinuations. Keep it more sly so it's not a direct accusation, so he always has somewhat plausible deniability. That would be my guess. Yeah, just keep it cryptic. No, I keep seeing that thrown around, like, slander lawsuit. That wouldn't happen. Like I said, there's been plenty of GMs that have outright said they think Hans Niemann is a cheater. There's not going to be a slander lawsuit for that. If Magnus Carlsen said, I believe Hans Niemann has cheated against me, I believe that he played unfaithfully to the sport, there wouldn't be, like, a legal ramification. It'd be a reputational hit because he has no evidence. There's a Prime Caltrist, Red Wizard, and the resub Ham, Finch, Jake, and the Prime Chevy. Yeah, no, he had confessed to cheating in online chess when he was 12 and 16. But yeah, there is no evidence of cheating in over-the-board chess. There's the Prime Caleb and the resub Tyler. And there's the resub Johnny. Chess.com implied there was more than 2 instances of cheating. Yeah, and again, if they just would present the evidence, it would be great for the whole community. But for some reason in the chess community, it's like they're totally against proof. It's just the source trust me bro situation. And I don't get why. There was another thing here. It might have been on LSF. Oh no, here. This guy said that, Lawrence Trent, he said, Magnus' side is so much more credible based on the evidence I've seen, none of which I'll go into. Like, listen to this.
And now, very, what's the word, on the fence, or the Magnus's side is now much more credible from what I've seen, and I'm not going to reveal what I've seen.
See,
I have seen some things that previously were not available to me.
See, just
And
keeping it so fucking vague. It's like, that's just despicable. Like, what do you mean? Why wouldn't you say it? Right? Like, again, this is a full-blown source, trust me, bro. And I went into the comments here because I was curious of the chess community's sentiment, and they're kind of saying what I'm saying. But apparently he actually got pushed on it, and he had no new evidence. He just looked at public games. Like, he just went through other games that he didn't go through before. Like, it's not like he got some kind of epiphany or got fed, like, some insider info. It's once again just, like, drama farming in the chess community. It's crazy. It's crazy. Thanks to resub Rinch, Tigris, Paquette, Sona, and the Prime Red, Zolfin, Shrek. And the resub Johnny. Chess clout goblins, I guess. I don't know, man. It's really childish behavior from a game that has such elitism to it. So weird. If you have evidence, present it. And then say it with your chest. Say, Hans Niemann is a fucking cheater. Look at this Venn diagram I made to prove it. And then this pie chart. And then let's not forget this, Man, I had another great reference, but I forgot it. It's been so long since I took a statistics class. Fuck. Is it ANOVA? ANOVA report? Son of a bitch. It would have been so fire. Was it ANOVA? Damn, I should have just trusted myself. Thanks to Prime Megan, the resub Daddy Death, Nelms, and AT Kid. Box and whisker plot. Yeah. I made this box and whisker plot to prove that Hans Niemann is a cheater. Thanks to the Prime. Never Lupus and the resub operator. Magnus has always been super arrogant, even when he was young. Yeah, but there's a difference between arrogance and actual nuisance, and right now he's more of a nuisance. Again, like this drastically does affect the other players in this tournament. I thought he resigned and withdrew, but even though he didn't withdraw, that resignation in round 1 does throw off the rest of this. He's a Prime newbie. So yeah, that's the latest development on the chess drama side of things. I really do hope Magnus sacks up and just hard says, I think he's cheating. That'd be far more respectable. Have you heard about the Geoxor drama? What the fuck is that? Sounds like a Pokemon. What is the Geoxor drama? It's not round 1. Or, yeah, sorry. I know it's not round 1. Move to... the second move of his match against Niemann. Whatever. Same shit. Thanks to Tier 1 Firestarter. Team Moist number 10 in Omega Strikers. Not good enough. We need to be number 1. Winning that would actually be super helpful for the org. Apparently winning that gets you 3% of that game's net profits. That shit could be so huge for us. If you play Omega Strikers, make sure to join Team Moist and do well. Got big wins for us. Any other drama? So much drama. That's just the tip of the iceberg. And it's constantly developing. Number 1 has all of Brazil. You aren't getting first. I disagree. We can beat Brazil. They're nothing compared to us. We're better. I'm gonna try out Mega Strikers tonight. Did I miss anything with chess? I don't know when the Omega Strikers competition ends. I'm not sure. Yeah, we'll get to all the OTK stuff soon. And all the Twitter stuff. I'm just going in order as things unfolded. Earlier it was chess, and then as I was working out, it was the Miz stuff. And then right before I hopped on, it was train stuff. Like, shit's been going crazy. There's a resub. Kintai, the Prime, Swaggy, and the resub original. And the resub Rhizomic. I'll keep my finger on the pulse of chess, though. It is crazy how out of control this anal bead stuff has spiraled. Thanks to Resub Atmosphere and Factor. Any updates on the GTA 6 hacker? I briefly talked about that. Yeah, the hacker's known to authorities. It's a kid. I'm not going to get into details on him, but his life, I think, is ruined. Which I think pretty much everyone expected once he tried to hold the code ransom. Hold the game ransom. At least if the reports are to be believed. Maybe this is all part of the hacker's plan to obfuscate everyone. But it seems pretty cut and dry. Thanks to Tier 1 Sylvester. Imagine it's the kid's dad. Yeah, what a plan that would be from him. I'll frame my son. Thanks to Prime Spud and Ev. I see a lot of people say the kid deserves a job, and if he legitimately hacked them, I would agree, and that does happen from time to time. But it only happens usually when they're actually hacked and they don't hold them ransom. You can't really get away with that. And most hacks these days are just social engineering, where you just pretend to be someone else. Like, hey, I'm a Rockstar employee and I lost my password leaving the office. Like, that's not really a great skill. Like, no one gives a fuck. No company's gonna hire a guy who's good at social engineering. Or email phishing, yeah. Or just phishing links. Like, that's not really a very impressive skill to have. Things of Prime sakes. But if he legitimately did, like, actual hacking stuff, then yeah, there would be a conversation to be had about hiring them as, like, a security consultant or something. Which has happened in the past. Though I don't think it's ever happened to someone who's, like, publicly held their shit ransom or threatened to leak it publicly. Thanks to Resub Diogenes. My friend got 2 to 6 years in federal prison for way less than what that kid did. Like, was it also a cyber crime, or was it like actual assault with a deadly weapon or something? Like, are they close? Like, did your friend do something similar? Thanks to Resub Good Weird. Hey, Buddha. Thanks to Resub Samuth. Supposedly a repeat. Yeah, allegedly the kid's a repeat offender. He's apparently the same guy behind, like, the Uber hack, as well as a couple of other big time hacks. So it's just not really looking good for him. Yeah, it's been a wild day on Twitch today. And we're only just on Chess Drama and the GTA Hacker. We're only just beginning. Your video on the GTA 6 leak just got taken down. You're not serious, are you? No, it didn't. I saw Dark Vipers got taken down, which is a lot of fucking bullshit. I didn't get a chance to see Dark Viper's video on the leaks, but I can't imagine he showed footage or anything. So I don't know what grounds they took that down on. Thanks for resub, Alex. And the bits Drimmer. That's the first I've heard of that. I'll look on Twitter, I guess. Happy 21st birthday, Blue Man. Do you think this drama will start a downward trend in Twitch? Yeah, we can transition from chess drama and the GTA hacker. I think what's happening right now is people are realizing that streamer friends or internet friends aren't like close at all. Oh, I already have it up. Like not even a little bit. They're just more acquaintances that team up for content. And I think not even the streamers realize that they're not even really friends. Thanks to resub, Simp and Banana. James Corden called you out on his recent show. I wish I had beef with James Corden. Thanks for resub, Samp and the bits sheepy. What happened? So it all started with shit camp. It all started with XQC not going to shit camp and not telling anyone that he wasn't going until it like happened. Which is very standard for XQC. Usually he'll say yes to anything he's invited to, but then not show up, but he doesn't tell anyone. Like for Creator Clash, iDubbbz didn't know he wasn't coming until the day that the event happened. He's not good at communicating. There's nothing wrong with not going. I just think he needs to be better at communicating. I don't think he does it maliciously. I really think he just doesn't think to do it. People like to try and spin it as like a malicious thing. I don't get that impression. I really just think he is so focused on stream and content that things like checking in with people, updating people, he doesn't even think to do. It never at any point comes across his mind. So then after that whole shit camp debacle, everyone started dogpiling on X, and then from there, things spiraled wildly. So after that, it then became this giant thing where a breakup was made public, a stream was held where a lot of things that probably shouldn't have been public were made public. Very personal stuff. And fast forward from that disaster to, was it yesterday? Yeah, was it 2 days ago or yesterday with Slicker and all the drama? 2 days ago. Okay. Time's moving at such a weird pace right now. This drama's got us in like a time dilation field here. It's like the fucking hyperbolic time chamber from Dragon Ball. But instead of training strength, we're just wrapped in drama. Then it was Slicker was outed for all kinds of scams, you know, taking money from viewers, taking money from friends. And for a brief moment, he united all the streamers. Like everyone was like setting aside their differences, like, you know, at the end of the day, we're all human. We all bleed red and we all got scammed by Slicker. But that truce was very short-lived because then the conversation became weaponizing Slicker's addiction to target gambling on Twitch as a whole. which is obviously a massive hornet's nest and a very complicated issue that really can't be boiled down to black and white, despite a lot of people's best efforts. And that became a huge problem, not only on Twitch, but on Twitter. So on Twitter, there is a hashtag Twitch ban gambling floating around. People were talking about protesting Twitch, streamers talking about, not streaming in order to make like a big stand against Twitch until they ban the category, and all of that. So that obviously then created a war against the people who do gamble on Twitch and the people who don't like gambling on Twitch. Now, one of the most outspoken ones was Train. Train was very vocal on Twitter about it's not the streamer's responsibility to... I'm obviously putting words in his mouth. I'm just trying to boil it down. The gist of what he was saying, and I don't disagree, is it's not a streamer's responsibility to care for his audience's their mental health, like to monitor them, to make sure that everyone's mentally sane. But I do disagree that it's the same when it comes to gambling. That can work when you're doing something kind of trivial, like a game with some kind of predatory monetization in it, versus something that has so many studies around it, like slots. Like, I think you can't really compare the two. But basically his argument was, it's their fault if they get addicted to gambling. You can't just ban everyone outright. Train made a great point that the people that should be banned are the ones that are trying to like glorify gambling with only showing wins, only talking about gambling positively. I think Train has like big disclaimers on his stream about how it's only 18 plus and you're going to lose. Like, you are literally always going to lose, which is a fact. When you gamble, you're going to lose. The house always wins. You're going to lose. And then in response to this, I know Miz made a tweet to Train. I didn't get to see the tweet, but he made a tweet to Train about it. And then Train clapped back with like massive meat. He basically made a tweet insinuating that Miz was complacent and covering up a sexual assault that had happened at some point. And then people ran with that story, saying like Miz committed sexual assault. So it got bastardized right away, just completely perverted from what Train said. And then Train clarified further, saying, no, Miz didn't commit the sexual assault. He helped orchestrate the cover-up of a sexual assault. And that's where we're at right now. So far, I haven't seen any proof of anything. But a lot of people are taking everything as, like, a fact. And right now on Twitter, everyone's saying Miz is a sexual deviant who has sexually assaulted women or something. But I haven't seen anything like that other than just a tweet from Train mentioning it. Now, I have no clue what it's in reference to. That's a developing story. That was happening right before I hopped on, so that's where we're at in this giant soap opera of this week. I think that's like the most concise breakdown of all time on everything that's going on. I don't think I missed anything. It's been a crazy week. And it all started with E-Rob's ban. Oh, that's another thing I didn't even mention. E-Rob went to shit camp. He made a video saying, I'm going to beat up one of my viewers at TwitchCon. The viewer was a friend. The viewer was someone he was familiar with. Like, it was banter. He wasn't actually going to beat this guy's ass. But Twitch banned him for it. Initially, it was like a 7-day ban, which is still outrageous. But then they increased it to a 30-day ban, which is criminal. Which is criminal. And now, after that, we entered into a dark dimension. A very dark timeline. So now I think I covered everything. I don't think I missed anything. That was like the full 8-minute brass tacks on everything that's gone on Twitch this week. Shit is crazy. Thanks to the resub. They're the tier 1 enemy in the resub. Samus, Havoc, Pepsi, Guppy, Toxic, John, Lebrow, Milk, Metamorphosis, Codebreaker, and the 5 gift subs Hazard. Thank you, man. And tier 1 Nobula and tier 1 State. I've only briefly heard about that, Nathan. The Call of Duty cheating thing. Exit Prime, Fortnite, and Rurik. Yeah, it has not stopped popping off. LSF has been eating good. This number right here, 59K online, I don't think it's ever been that high. This subreddit was dead for like 6 months. The only thing that had interaction was anytime there was like a booby nip slip or something. Then those clips would have like 8 comments and that'd be like top post. Now it's going crazy. Thanks, Arisa Bridge in the Prime. Dan. Euramon, Tier 1 Quorum, and the bits Holden. I feel like this is a good way to push a Twitch after dark and can only participate if they're 21 and up. Where they're at least the age of being able to take it off the normal platform. I guess before we continue to dive into it, I'll give my whole perspective on gambling. I've said it for 6 months. I'll say it again. I think slots is a very dangerous thing. Like, it doesn't matter who you are, what your age is. When it comes to real casinos, if you're under 21, you're not even allowed on the same carpet as a slot machine because it's treated so differently. You can be near poker tables, you can be near blackjack, you can't be near slots when you're under 21. If Twitch doesn't want to take any kind of big gambling stance, I really think in order for you to access the slots category, you need to be a verified adult. Like a legitimate verified adult, or Twitch needs to just like outright say we gotta slow down on the slots. What's this? Miz admits to Slicks SA. What does that mean?
Of what you can deem of it, it's sexual harassment, whatever. At a low scale, it's not really a big deal. I don't think people really gave a shit and really cared. I'm gonna turn this off if you're gonna be like this. I'll just turn it off. Of what you can deem of it, it's sexual.
What is this in reference to?
Whatever.
I don't know this situation. Can someone give me the cliff notes? What the fuck is that situation? Out of context. That's the impression I'm getting because I have no fucking clue what that's even about. Don't insult me for being on light mode. I'm not logged in. I don't use anything on light mode, but I'm not logged in. And I don't remember my login, so light mode is how it'll stay. Look at the twit longer. Whose? There's a million twit longers. It is the most fucking fire day or fire week of drama. Everything is a fucking twit longer. Whose twit longer? There's a million. Thanks to Tier 1 Juliana, and the Prime Glory, and the resub Janitor, Emo, Wolf, and Bridge. Adriana Lee. There's no twit longer here. Why are people just feeding me wrong information? It's an old twit longer. Oh. How old? A year ago. What? How the fuck am I supposed to find a year-old? Thanks, resub Jason. Okay, someone said Slick tweeted. Will his be a summation of what's happened here? I have never sexually assaulted anyone and never will. I have never had any intentions of ever harming anyone. I go out of my way to check on someone and get accused of rape. This is unfair. I'll be getting a lawyer ASAP. Learn from the Johnny Depp situation and think first. I don't really like that last sentence there. If you had stopped after getting a lawyer, I think that'd be pretty concise. I don't even know the situation. But that last line, that's not it. This is it. You can't... Don't give me links. Just tell me where to go. Fuck. Links don't work. How many times do you have to get like auto-deleted before you realize links don't work? just tell me where to go. Okay, here. Is this... Will this catch me up? This is a 2-hour VOD. I'm just... Thanks for the Prime, Tito. Okay, here. Thank you, Jay. Finally, someone gives me at least, like, the cliff notes. Alright. Looked it up when it was first mentioned. Adriana Lee passed out drunk, and it said that Slicker felt her up and grabbed her chest while attempting CPR, while others felt he was feeling her up, and apparently his crew are saying she's making a big deal out of nothing. Is that accurate? Not Crazy Slick, not Slicker. Sorry. Crazy Slick. Sorry. I guess I just had Slicker on the mind because of everything this week. Yeah, not Slicker. No, that's not correct. This is so hard to keep track of. Jesus. Just scroll down in LSF. Well, this is the tweet I was just talking about. I can't watch this because it's Destiny, so I'm not allowed to. Nope, you can't because he is a banned streamer. I'm not allowed to. You can watch it, just cover the cam. Bro, E-Rob got banned for 30 days for making a joke with a viewer. You think I'm actually going to take any chances with Twitch and their rule enforcement? You're out of your fucking mind. No. Maybe like a transcript? XQC did. XQC is the biggest fucking streamer on the platform. He could goatee himself and only get like a 7-day ban. I can't play by XQC's rules. There's a big cornet in the Prime Otacon. Thank you, Silver Spirit. Finally. A useful source. Okay, here. This was the twit longer from 2021. Okay. I don't... It should be fine, right? January 19th, 2020, went to Novaru's 21st birthday party, and because I went with some of my closest friends, I believed it would be safe for me to enjoy myself. Got very intoxicated, ended up blacked out, leading the rest of the story, what I've heard from multiple witnesses and how I feel about it. I was told I was kissing my best friend, Enna, and another one of my close friends at the time, consensually. Crazy Slick was following us around, trying to kiss me, trying to kiss her, and at one point I was told that he and I ended up kissing. Apparently I was passed out in one of the rooms at a party. He came into the room while I was unconscious. She's in the chat. Is this an accurate explanation? Is it Prime, A-Dog, Potato, and the resub, Maid, Bunny, Ferunial, and Cornet. She said it's out of date. Yeah, okay. Here. Where should I go to get educated on what happened? Well, there's no point in finishing reading it if she's saying that it's not accurate. Discord? Okay. My Discord name's Big Moist. It's don't worry about the name. It's actually me. It's not some weirdo from an MSN chat room. Her VOD covers all. Her VOD is 2 hours. There's so much drama to cover. There is no way I can watch all 2 hours. I'm just trying to give like the ESPN a highlight reel of everything that's going on this site, man, because this week's been so fucking outrageous. Hey, hey.
Hi.
All right, so what's the situation? I don't know shit about
What do
it.
you have questions on?
I actually have no idea at all what any of this is about. Like, so from like the top, I don't know anything about it.
I'll give you the TLDR, I guess. So a long time ago, January 2020, I was at a party and I was drinking, and people were drinking, and I ended up falling asleep because it was at an Airbnb. So I fell asleep in one of the rooms, and I had like three. There's a whole bunch of people in this room watching me, making sure I was okay. And Crazy Slick walked in and tried to, quote, check my pulse. By doing that, he touched my neck and my chest. And as a woman, you know, I have boobs. So he continued to try to feel my heartbeat feeling around my chest. My friend said, hey, please stop doing that. Please leave the room. And he left. And then he continued to come back and do it multiple times. How do I know this? Because I was sleeping in my VOD. The person who was watching over me, well, one of them, there's obviously a group, clarified the whole situation on what he saw. And his girlfriend was there, and I'm really good friends with his girlfriend. Well, I'm good friends with him too, but... And then the next day, how did I find out about this? The next day, he tweeted at me, hey, are you okay? Last night, and this is in the original Twitlonger as well, last night, the guy with the black Justin Bieber hair kept touching you when you were sleeping to try to, quote, check your pulse. And I was like, dude, what the fuck? I was so uncomfortable. But as a smaller streamer, I did not say anything. Fast forward to July 2021, a girl named Novaru, her Twitch chat, or her Twitch career was like starting to die down, and me and her were friends, but at this time we are no longer friends. So she decides to bring up the fact, like bring up the story, because I've obviously told her the story. So she tells the story, and then she doesn't say my name. So LSF is in shambles. Mitch is spam calling me. Everyone's like, you need to say something, you need to say something. I had to cancel physical therapy that day, and I went over to my friend Kyle's house. He was the one who protected me. He was the one who told me to leave the room. He was the one who told me the next day. He's not a streamer. He has nothing to gain. So I went over to his and his girlfriend's house, and I was just, hanging out there. And all of a sudden, I hear Maya, Mitch Jones, and Barry walk in. I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is not what I wanted. I just wanted to, talk about it and write something with Kyle and Enna. So then I write the Twitlonger, and I was, told to water it down to make it look good, to have like a even point. I was promised that things would get better and I wouldn't be outcasted socially if we came to an even point where I expressed, so it made me uncomfortable, and I used certain wording. Basically, it was watered down because I was told I should just stay anonymous. I shouldn't say anything at all. So we went and we wrote the Twitlonger. We edited it. Maya had to proofread it, sent by Ms. And later I was told that Ms. sent Maya because she's, quote, one of the more credible, nicer girls on the platform. So then I came out about it, and they commended me for coming out about it. It's all in the videos. There's videos of them saying, we're so proud of her for coming out so fast, from working out so fast. There's screenshots of Ms. saying, hey, sorry, like, thank you for coming out about it so fast. And then, over time, rumors are told about me, and I'm being made, at first it was like, oh, like, you did this. Swept under the rug. I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad person. I'm, the reason, like, Slick is so depressed, they made my narrative from thank you for coming out to drama whore, oh, she's a whore anyways, blah, 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 like, saying all these, like, bad rumors about me. I've gotten so many DMs today saying, like, yeah, these rumors are things that were said about you to try to get me to not hang out with you. And people who didn't want to be involved with me because just there's rumors spread, so it could make me feel like, so in their eyes it would seem like I deserved it and not that their friend was a creep. So if you have any questions, let me know.
Okay, well, I appreciate the summation of it. So just to backpedal a little bit, you mentioned that someone asked you to make it more even. What exactly was that situation?
Like, basically, I was being guilt-tripped because Maya was like, well, if you say something, we're going to have to kick him out of the house. And, like, Matt is going to be really sad about that. Like, we're going to have to kick him out of the house if you say something. And I was like,
and this was
"Bruh."
for the initial Twitlonger?
Yeah, so that's why if you read the Twitlonger, it's very, it makes Slick look like an angel.
Okay.
And everything was fine for about a week or two until things started, going to shit.
Okay.